Hi. Okay, I'm back. Video number two. And just as like a heads up, there's two real cute 11-year-old girls in my backyard making up a TikTok dance. And I'm just trying to get some of that like positive social media energy sent my way. So if you see, they keep like poking their heads through. So if you see them, we love them. I had my first class last night and I really wanted to get on here and debrief and talk about some of the takeaways and, just hoping to do this every week after class so that I can have sort of a record for myself as to everything that's really stood out for me so that down the road when I'm done, I can see sort of this evolution of where I ended up at the end of it as far as like what my emphasis is going to be, what kind of coach I want to become, just like things that really stuck. And it's going to be interesting for me for sure. Maybe it'll be interesting to a few other people. But if anything, I'm hoping that down the road when I am coaching or when people are looking for a coach, they'll be able to like understand how I got to be where I am. So I want to share some stuff from the class last night. So, class number one, there was a lot of admin stuff, of course, just like where to find stuff. Let's like go through the course website. We went through the curriculum, how to find things, what we need to do when certain things come up, information, all of that. We met all the instructors. Who have all been through the same coach training, the Wayfinder coaching training, and even some like many, many years ago, but then they all have their own coaching businesses and then teach for Martha Beck. And so they all seemed very amazing. I'm really, really excited to work with all of them. And then also just like showing up to a space, like a container in which the people who are there because they want to help people like live their most authentic lives. And that's powerful. And you could feel that power and connection come through just by like getting on the Zoom. And we even started with like some deep breathing and I felt like that really grounded everybody. So I really appreciated that just like vibe in general. Um, so that was really interesting. I'm really looking forward to getting to know some of these people. We're going to be in groups of 10, I think, and then we have to coach each other. And so it's going to be really intimate and really vulnerable. I'm a huge introvert, and so this is really going to put me out of my comfort zone in a lot of ways. But I need it and I'm excited. And if you didn't watch my first video, this is all about me finding my voice in a lot of ways. So, and also so is this YouTube channel. Um, so anyway, I'm really excited about that. But one thing that I really wanted to, like, my biggest takeaway was this idea of, and this term I hadn't heard before, but catalytic events. And as a poet, it like stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, oh, wow, catalytic, that's really descriptive and kind of beautiful. Like, I think we can like surmise what that means as far as like things that happen in our lives. But catalytic events being anything that slows you down, speeds you up, takes you off the path you think you were on, from anything that could be like hard, divorce, death, losing a job, getting laid off from a job. I got laid off from a job 3 years ago, and it was a huge catalytic event in my life, and completely shifted where I was heading, what I was doing, how I thought about things, how I saw myself. It was a really big mental load to carry. And then also like on the other side, really great things like you get into a new relationship or you have a baby, you get married. We can talk about marriage on another episode. But things like that, like starting a new job, right? Which aren't negative, they're positive, but they're also catalytic events that really change the trajectory of what path you're going on, maybe make you really focus, find your internal compass and decide, how you want to navigate those things. And the way that this term got brought up, which I really appreciated, was talking about, if we're in this training is 9 months long, it's pretty intensive, that if a catalytic event happened in your life, and they were saying this as the people coming to do this training and this coursework, we want to know about it because we want to help support you through that. And also, you're not going to get left behind, right? It's like we will figure out how to keep you with us, want to make sure that you don't have to feel left behind. And as someone who's like I came from academia, I have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, and that's not how it goes. If you have a catalytic event, you get left behind. You have to catch up. You have to drop courses. You have to start over. And I really loved that approach of like, let's wrap our arms around each other. And if some event happens in our lives that we need to slow down, pivot, speed up, we're going to still include everybody on the journey. And so I loved that. And I loved the term of catalytic events. I think it could be a title of a poem. Um, but I think just thinking about taking a pause, like everybody in your life, and being like, okay, if I had to identify what the catalytic events in my life have been, good or bad, what made me pivot, what sent me in a different direction, what made me second guess what I thought I knew, or what I thought I knew I wanted, or what made me change my mind about something. It's so interesting to me. And I feel like hearing those stories from other people is so validating because that happens to all of us. Everybody like faces things in their life all the time that you're like, oh shit, I thought I was gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And that's one of the reasons I want to document this process for me because I have an idea in my head about where I want to be at the end of this program and what kind of coach I want to be and how I want my life to look 2 years from now. Um, I don't know what kind of catalytic events in my life could happen. And it's a really refreshing and freeing thing to think about staying open and letting life happen to you, right? While also being proactive at the same time. So, anyway, just something to think about. And catalog and track. And I I think we can create catalytic events in our lives as well. For me, like writing a book, that's a big shift. That's a big like goal, like checked off the list. And that I've had to pivot. My life pivoted hugely in the spring, which opened up a bunch of time for me to actually finish this thing. So anyway, I just thought it was really interesting and wanted to share that with you. The next class that we have is actually going to be taught by Martha Beck. And so I'm sure there'll be some great nuggets from that I want to share with you all. And then actually this weekend, I'm going to be collabing with my friend Bree on some content around the book launch that's coming up on November 8th. I'm really excited. Our friend Joe just finished up the flyer. My best friends are gonna be there and flying out, and it's just like I'm already so full of like love and gratitude for the way this is shaping up. But so Bree and I are gonna talk a little bit about the book, about her storytelling events, what they mean to her, how she's created this community around writing. She's really pulled me in to this event to help me like showcase my book, and I'm really appreciative. So we're gonna have a little chit chat on Sunday, and then I will share that soon. Look, there's my kiddo. Wave. So I'm excited about that. I think they want to come in now. So I'm gonna end this. More to come. Okay, bye.